circuits present a number of challenges in terms of circuit design, but all have been incorporated in Baku with all the thrills in place at this circuit. Hello and welcome to friends all over the world to join me for the live commentary for this round 4 of Azerbaijan Grand Prix season 2018.
I wonder what went wrong today, eh? Why do I feel like I linger between the words to say, eh? Say the words to remember. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all.
Valtteri Bottas starts third, Mercedes. Alongside him will be Daniel Ricciardo in fourth position. Max Verstappen will start fifth. Kimi Raikkonen starts sixth. Esteban Ocon 7th. Sergio Perez 8th. Carlos Sainz 9th. Lance Stroll 10th. Nico Hülkenberg, who qualified 9th, will be starting 14th position due to 5-place grid penalty for his unscheduled gearbox change. So what's happening on the grid? It's very important to see how the qualifying went over yesterday. It was Red Bull who were favorites in the qualifying along with Ferrari, and Lewis Hamilton were far behind. However, when all started, it was Sebastian Vettel who finished the pole. So Sebastian Vettel starts on pole today. Some great action is overdue. So welcome once again to Formula One World Championship season 2018 Azerbaijan Grand Prix round 4 from Azerbaijan, Baku city. Population of 9.9 million, 81% of the country entire exports is made by crude oil. Azerbaijan has 2 cultural UNESCO World Heritage Sites here. Beautiful city, beautiful skyline. Some facts: win for Bottas or Raikkonen will be the 50th for a Finnish driver in Formula One. Red Bull come into the weekend with 1 podium short of 150 in their constructors' history. Track distance 6.003 km, top speed 357 km per hour, average speed 215 km per hour, elevation of the track 26.9 meters. Turn 1, who would forget Ricciardo heroics in last year in turn 1. Turn 2, equally important, Bottas Raikkonen collided last year in this turn 2. And also turn number 15, who would forget the brake testing maneuver of Lewis Hamilton stroke Sebastian Vettel. Tire choices for this race: soft, super soft, ultra soft. Track abrasion 1 of 5, downforce 2 of 5. Not very high on the downgrade, not high on the abrasion of tire. This is Baku, round 4 of Formula One Grand Prix. We go with the starting grid. Sebastian Vettel starts on pole for Ferrari, alongside with him Lewis Hamilton, 2nd position. Valtteri Bottas, Mercedes 3rd, alongside Daniel Ricciardo, 4th position for Red Bull. 5th, Max Verstappen, Red Bull, alongside with him Kimi Raikkonen in 6th place. 4th row, Esteban Ocon and Sergio Perez for Force India locking horns. 5th row, Carlos Sainz of Renault alongside Lance Stroll of Williams starts 5th row. 6th row, Sergei Sirotkin Williams alongside Fernando Alonso in 12th position. Charles Leclerc starts 13th alongside Nico Hülkenberg due to grid place penalty, starts 14th. Kevin Magnussen, Haas 15th alongside Stoffel Vandoorne, McLaren 16th. Pierre Gasly 17th for Scuderia. Toro Rosso starting alongside Marcus Ericsson. Brendan Hartley starts 19th on Scuderia Toro Rosso alongside Kevin Magnussen, the last position on the grid covered by him. Looking to be a strong windy day here in Baku. As all the drivers are ready for the formation lap, we expect to see some great action coming in our way here. The grid is starting to get clear ahead of the formation lap and tension is building very nicely too here. Some strategies, it will be a brave idea to start on the soft tires, then go as far as the drivers can, hoping for some safety cars and that everyone else stops in front of you. Then change to ultra soft at the end. Strange things could happen. All will be revealed shortly by the driver. As the tires under their blanket are coming out, Sebastian Vettel in red sidewall super soft tires. As we expect a one-stopper underway in Azerbaijan. This is for 51 lap race. Probably one stint on super soft for 20 laps and then one stint on soft to the flag. That should be it. As all the cars get ready on the grids and get rolled on for the formation lap, Azerbaijan Grand Prix gets underway for the formation lap.
Okay, now those tyre is down. Option starters are Hulkenberg and Gasly. Backup starters are Harley and Rojan. Everybody else.
As drivers try to get their temperature as warm as possible on this track. If you see the tire choices, top 3 teams are starting on super soft tires, with Kimi Räikkönen opting for ultra soft as he managed to push in after making a mistake in Q1. He will be starting on Q ultra soft tires. Both the Force Indias on ultra soft tires, Renault on ultra soft tires, and rest all the drivers are starting on brand new super soft tires. So looks to be a great strategy, except Brendan Hartley and Roman Grosjean decides to start on soft tires here. We have to watch out for Red Bulls. As always, the electric start is expected by both the Red Bulls. Daniel Ricciardo looking ever confident. He is the former winner of this Grand Prix last year around. He won in Baku and he's coming on the back of Chinese Grand Prix win here. We look forward for a great action coming our way as the cars are rolling through on the last corner of the straight to come and halt on the start-finish line in their grid boxes for the start of Baku Grand Prix. Everybody would like to warm up their temperature, tire temperatures going up. That would be a great thing for the team as all of them are slowing, sliding, bringing their temperatures up, bringing their cars on the grid boxes on the start-finish line for a great start, which we are expecting some lot of action happening over there. cars are getting stationary on the grid, waiting for the Roman Grosjean, last Haas car, to take his position, and we are going to start off Azerbaijan Grand Prix. As we see, medical car comes as the last, and we have all the cars ready and stationary in their boxes, waiting for the lights to come on. Green flag goes off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 red light goes off, and we have Baku Grand Prix underway. Good start for Sebastian Vettel. Lewis Hamilton equally good. 1-2 for them. Valtteri Bottas behind both the Red Bulls side by side. Kimi Räikkönen all keeping the cars clear and clean over there. Nobody changing the positions. However, already we have a bit of mishap between few of the cars in 7th and 8th position. We'll see who are they. Probably the Force India or one of the Renaults, as the debris flying on the track. Top 6 position seems more or less same as Sergio Perez for Force India, and we have a collision. Kimi Räikkönen has collided with one of the Force Indias. Don't know whether he's going to continue. Looks like both the Ferrari and Force India are out, as Sergei Sirotkin is the driver also who had a hit right in the beginning. Let's see what happened exactly between Kimi Räikkönen. Very ambitious from Esteban Ocon, and he gave no chance to Kimi Räikkönen to move through the corner, and an accident over there. So we are surely going to get a safety car right in lap 1 here. Also, Sergei Sirotkin is out. We have to see what has happened to Sergei Sirotkin over there. And this will be full safety car on the track. Action as it is, we always see that in this Grand Prix, and it has happened right at the start, and drivers are already eyeing to come in the pits here. So Roman Grosjean and Hartley from the back of the grid, they have opted on soft tires. Rest all of them are ultra soft tires. Now let's see who are the drivers who are going to make a bold move to go on softer tires. Alonso also has a problem. He's trying to get back to the pits, but it's not easy, as this is a very, very long track. We'll see what happened to Alonso over there. Probably he ran over one of the debris of other cars. It is to be seen, as his car definitely in problem. Fernando Alonso, as he tries to bring the car home for a change of tires. Remember, there won't be a big loss for any of the cars, as safety car is going to be coming, and all the drivers will try to come to the pits. As we see, Kimi Räikkönen has come to the pits. He had a collision with Esteban Ocon. New front wing goes on. Tire change goes on the soft tires. All fit, ready. This tire should be taking him to the end of the race. Let's see Fernando Alonso, where has he reached? Whether he's able to make to the pits in time, it will be seen. Let's see some team radios.
Obviously, just keep as much temp in the tyres as possible, but don't go wasting too much fuel. Do it.
Fernando Alonso. As Fernando Alonso makes a way back to the pits, hopefully no damages to the car. So he's getting the car to the pits, limping home Fernando Alonso. We will see how it goes, as both the front and rear right have gone off completely. As the front nose also goes in on Fernando Alonso car. Engineers are struggling to remove the nose. Hopefully he has not done much of damage to his car. As new tire goes on, they are able to remove the nose. Yes, they did. New nose comes in for Fernando Alonso car. Checking the car for all the checks. Soft tire goes on. Fernando Alonso is out. Safely through. Not much loss will happen. Fernando Alonso definitely must have picked some debris over there. Yes, he did. In fact, he picked up a lot of debris. and he has double puncture over there. No, he actually collided with one of the Renaults of Nico Hülkenberg. Not exactly collision, but they scraped through his car. As the pecking order sees Vettel, Hamilton, Bottas, Ricciardo, Verstappen, Sainz, Stroll, Perez, Hülkenberg and Gasly completing the top 10. Kimi Räikkönen finds himself in 14th position here. So the tire chains have been opted by the cars. Kimi Räikkönen, Brendan Hartley, who has gone on the ultra soft tires. Roman Grosjean is keeping the same. Kevin Magnussen, Fernando Alonso and Marcus Ericsson, they have gone on yellow sidewall soft tires here. As we see in the first lap, lot of action in the behind cars, and once somebody touches it all started with Esteban Ocon and Kimi Räikkönen, and that triggered off for these maneuvers behind. Surely the mistake from Esteban Ocon over there. I'm sure this incident will be looked upon by stewards here. As we see the Sergei Sirotkin, what happened to him? Looks he touches his own teammate. He was actually clear, and once he was coming behind the Force India, he touched the Force India, and that made him game over for him. As he touched Fernando Alonso also, and he had a tire failure, front left tire. As Sebastian Vettel also had a nose change, should be a precautionary measure. That was Kimi Räikkönen. Sebastian Vettel has to still make the pit stops, as the top 6 cars are not opting for any pit stops. They do not want to lose the position right at the start. So as usual, we had some thrilling action coming right in the lap 1 of this race, this round 4 of Formula 1 2018 season at Baku. So as we get the information, Esteban Ocon and Sergei Sirotkin have retired their cars. So after the lap 2 of 51 gets over, safety car is still on the track. No overtaking is allowed as the full double waving yellow flags out, and we have the positions being swapped and clear during this safety car now. Ocon and Sirotkin are out of Azerbaijan Grand Prix right in the lap 1. Drivers who survived due to the incidents which happened is Fernando Alonso and Kimi Räikkönen, who are safely back on the track. As drivers are complaining, still the debris are on the ground for this track and it's not safe, and Vettel is complaining about it, that Marshall must clear the debris from the track. Marshall needs to clear the track before they actually take the safety cars out, as this could be dangerous, and this is what exactly happened with Fernando Alonso. He ran over the debris as one of the marshals sprinting through the track, clearing the debris. Still, some debris are on the track which needs to be clear, as they are razor sharp edges of carbon fiber from the cars. So safety car will be there in this lap. However, stewards has to ensure all the debris are out from the track as they feel so. As the track is getting clear. Fernando Alonso was in fact fuming with stupid Sirotkin, due to which all this incident happened. Unbelievable, he said. You take corner 1, corner 2 carefully and then they crash into you. That is stupid. Absolutely it is stupid, no doubt about it, of Sergei Sirotkin. As Max Verstappen is in 5th position, Carlos Sainz, Lance Stroll, Nico Hülkenberg, Pierre Gasly and Charles Leclerc completing the top 10. Stoffel Van Dam finds himself in 11th position here. Kimi Räikkönen in 12th. I'm sure Kimi Räikkönen is going to make the progress as he goes around in this race here. So safety car will be in this lap and we will have go racing. Lewis Hamilton is behind Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton tries to make a move. Sebastian Vettel has a cooler tire. He tries to keep the position and he's just trying to slow down now. Sebastian Vettel, who will forget last year when Sebastian Vettel bumped into Lewis Hamilton's car in the same place. I'm sure Lewis Hamilton would not like to do that as Sebastian Vettel did last year. They want to keep it clean as they are going to start the race as Sebastian Vettel does it. He has a clear getaway and he's firmly ahead of Sebastian Vettel. Sebastian Vettel first position, Lewis Hamilton second, Bottas makes a move and Verstappen tries to go around Daniel Ricciardo, but he doesn't find the way. Once again, and this time around, yes, he does it. Max Verstappen switches the place between him and Daniel Ricciardo and Renault. Renault is also fancying his chances and Carlos Sainz is already in 4th position. He finds himself faster than the Red Bulls, but Max Verstappen gets his place back from Carlos Sainz here. You have swapping of places going on. As Kimi Räikkönen is in 12th position, both the Renaults looking stronger. Daniel Ricciardo, due to some reason, is not finding his pace. And this time around, Carlos Sainz tries to go around once again from Max Verstappen as some lockups happening from Stoffel Van Dam in McLaren. This is round 6 of 51 here. This time it was clean from all the cars. As yet Daniel Ricciardo is being chased by Pierre Gasly, their sister team. But I'm sure this group is going to sprint across well ahead of these guys. Due to some reason, Red Bulls are not so quick on these set of tires. Max Verstappen locks up at the start and he cuts the chicane over there. And this time around, yes, Renault is through. What a pace Renault is showing. Sainz is already in 4th position, but Verstappen goes inside and gets his position back. He's not the guy who's going to just give the position. But here, this time again, Carlos Sainz tries to line up his car on the side of Max Verstappen. Renault definitely seeming to have a pace to beat these Red Bulls here. Carlos Sainz is in 5th position. He's right behind and goes side by side once again on Max Verstappen. He is very, very quick and aggressive here. Max Verstappen still manages to keep the place. As Sebastian Vettel pulling away, he's already picked up a lead of 2.9 seconds from both the Mercedes cars. Red Bull in 4th and 6th position here. And already Kimi Räikkönen has picked up 1 place on Stoffel Van Dorn. He's overtaken him and he's on the charge now. We are on lap 7 of 51 of Azerbaijan Grand Prix. As we see Mintu Räikkönen, the wife of Kimi Räikkönen, in the pits, looking anxiously on the Kimi Räikkönen's screen on the TV. Kimi Räikkönen looking confident, and he should be starting to pick up the places very soon now. And this time, Sainz goes side by side once again on Max Verstappen. Will he be able to hold the position? Yes, he does. On turn number 1, Carlos Sainz is ahead. No, Verstappen once again, very aggressively, he picks up and DRS has been enabled. So Sainz in 5th position. In the meantime, one more faster lap put by Ferraris. And Hülkenberg is also looking like a great package for Renault cars here. They are in definitely a good position here. As Hülkenberg also goes on Pierre Gasly to 7th position. He's behind now Daniel Ricciardo. Somehow Renault, both the cars are very, very competitive and definitely looking stronger than Red Bull cars. But we have to remember that both the cars of Renault have stopped for the pit stop, whereas Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen has older set of tires, and this should be gaining the advantage and soon overtake both the Red Bulls there. In the meantime, Alonso picks up a place. He goes on 16. He's P16 now. Next target will be Brendan Hartley of Toro Rosso. It will be very interesting to see how Max Verstappen tries to hold his position with Carlos Sainz and Daniel Ricciardo with Nico Hülkenberg. They are fighting for position 5, 6, 7 and 8. As this time around, Sainz goes around and Nico Hülkenberg goes around on the side of Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen. Carlos Sainz finds a place. He picks up. And Daniel Ricciardo also has been beaten by other Renault. So both the Renaults are stronger. Nico Hülkenberg in 5th place. In the meantime, Sainz So Max Verstappen is complaining about electrical energy storage on his car. So both the Renaults are well settled. Sainz in 4th position, Hülkenberg in 6th position. Hülkenberg in hot pursuit of Max Verstappen now, who is facing some energy recovery issues on his car. What a change of fortunes for Red Bull. They were the favorites and now they're being charged up by the cars behind them of both the Renaults. Renault's definitely looking stronger. In the meantime, Alonso overtakes Brendan Hartley and takes to 15th position. And Raikkonen is picking up the places fast. He's already on 10th position in points contention now. This time around, Nico Hülkenberg has the DRS, goes side by side on Verstappen, and he does it very comfortable overtaking on Nico Hülkenberg, but Max Verstappen tries to bring back the car. He's not able to hold any position over there. Nico Hülkenberg overtakes Red Bull of Max Verstappen. So both the Red Bulls finds behind of Renault. They were favorites at the start, now they are behind. Max Verstappen gets a DRS. Will he be able to do anything? He will not, but definitely he'll pick up some speed over there. Max Verstappen definitely has some issues with his car and he's complaining about it. In the meantime, Lewis Hamilton is also complaining about no more grip. Race engineer is simple saying, okay, copy that. As Hamilton is getting a little bit faster now, his tires are wearing out. Remember, they have to use this set of tires at least for 20 laps to have the soft tires on their cars and to go on. As Max Verstappen is chased by Daniel Ricciardo this time around, Daniel Ricciardo is looking to overtake Max Verstappen, who is definitely facing some electrical energy recovery issues with his car. Max Verstappen in trouble. And Charles Leclerc also is showing very strong in his Sauber. He's in 9th position. Kimi Raikkonen just behind him, and he should be overtaking him any time now. In the meantime, Alonso has also moved to 14th position after overtaking Stoffel Van Dorn. And there is a failure. Something happened to one of the Renaults. Who is this fellow? Nico Hülkenberg. Looks like game over for Nico Hülkenberg. Oh, that's pity for Nico Hülkenberg. Here. So Nico Hülkenberg is out. This time Daniel Ricciardo on Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen does the late braking, keeps the car ahead, but Daniel Ricciardo is fast and he should be keeping it clean. Somehow Daniel Ricciardo not able to overtake this time around, but definitely game on for both the Red Bulls. No team orders whatsoever. Daniel Ricciardo this time around goes very aggressively, late braking, he's not going to leave the move. Max Verstappen however giving no chance. Daniel Ricciardo wants to keep it absolutely clean and clear. Max Verstappen leaving no place for Daniel Ricciardo. They were very close here. It was play safe game for Daniel Ricciardo. He did not want to risk his car, but they still had the wheel banging happen between Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo, which is not a good sign, as Daniel Ricciardo simply the faster car, and they had wheel to wheel banging both the Red Bulls. Game on. He is well ahead now. Verstappen, Daniel Ricciardo is now behind. He wants to gather all the energy, and once again he wants to keep it clean when overtaking Max Verstappen. Surely Max Verstappen is sometime a dangerous guy to overtake, as he doesn't want to lose positions whatsoever. This time around Daniel Ricciardo tries to have a look on the right side, but he's a bit of far behind this time around, as two of the Williams in between, and you have Kimi Räikkönen coming behind in 9th position. In the meantime, Alonso goes 12th. He is now in 12th position. Vettel and Verstappen, the difference between them is 23.1 seconds. Verstappen is in 5th position. He has not stopped, remember. As Kimi Räikkönen, he looks to get the place from Lance Stroll of Williams for 8th position. He's going to make a move this time around. He's on soft tires and he could well probably go at the end of the race on this set of tires. Riding on board with Kimi Räikkönen, 280 miles, 80 kilometers per hour in turn number 15. There's a flat out turns here for sector 3 of this track, as he will definitely get the DRS this time around on the start finish line, and he would like to overtake Lance Stroll in this particular lap 14 of 51. Drivers out: Nico Hülkenberg Renault, Esteban Ocon Force India, and Sergei Sirotkin Williams. Fastest lap in the meantime by race leader Sebastian Vettel, 1 minute 46.825. Ferrari at the best. And once again, Max Verstappen, he's kind of doing all sort of errors we don't expect from Max Verstappen Red Bull. Had a scary time at the exit of turn 19. Christian Horner watching very carefully on Max Verstappen moves. They are definitely risking the team scoring points, both the cars in the points, if they have these kind of aggressive moves between the team members. In the meantime, Kimi Räikkönen is ever closer to Lance Stroll, sorry. He should be getting DRS this time around. Kimi Räikkönen just behind Lance Stroll now. This time he should be getting the DRS and should be an easy cakewalk for Kimi Räikkönen to overtake Lance Stroll in lap number 15 here. Yes, he's 0.6 of a second behind and he should be getting a clear DRS. Yes, he does. Gaining. That's a long start-finish straight as he goes on the right. Job done comfortably by Kimi Räikkönen. 8th position. Next up, Charles Leclerc in 7th position for Sauber. That should be an easy picking for Kimi Räikkönen. And then he will have both the Red Bulls in front of him. Game on. And remember, both the Red Bulls have to stop for the one pit stop. However, Kimi Räikkönen doesn't need to be stopping. So, good position for Kimi Räikkönen to catch up on the team leaders. And remember, at this point of time, if Vettel stops, he's leading the Grand Prix, he might find himself behind Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz is already, one stop has been done, and in the meantime there is a yellow flag. We also have JK, the star in this Grand Prix, as a visitor. JK, as we all know him, Zamiraki singer and Grammy award winning artist. He is also part of this Azerbaijan Grand Prix. In the meantime, Verstappen now chasing Carlos Sainz. He's got all the energy, and Max Verstappen somehow he has overtaken. What a move by Max Verstappen. Where does that came from? Oh, as this was Carlos Sainz was heading for the pits when he overtaken him. But that is very strange as Carlos Sainz goes to the pits. As Carlos Sainz stops, goes to the pit lane, yellow side wall, should be home. No more pit stop required for Carlos Sainz and Renault. Let's see where he comes around behind both the McLarens in 13th position. In the meantime, Lewis Hamilton, there was an error for Lewis Hamilton as he misses the apex. No damage done whatsoever. Stays all on the track. He will definitely be losing the grip on these tires also. Vettel is in control of this Grand Prix as of now. He is well clear, 4.5 seconds ahead of Lewis Hamilton. There is a clear 4.4 second gap between race leader Sebastian Vettel and second place car Lewis Hamilton. Game on. Raikkonen is up into 6th place as he makes his move on Charles Leclerc. Now both the Red Bulls are in front of him. Let's see what Kimi Raikkonen does as it comes to the Red Bulls. As Red Bulls are not going to give easy way, but definitely Kimi Raikkonen has a faster car and should be finding his way past both the Red Bulls pretty much quickly. But as all we know, Kimi Räikkönen has not been an as aggressive driver as he used to be in his peak timing. So let's see whether he makes the move. That will be interesting to see. As Sebastian Vettel comfortably leading the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. 4.7 minutes, 4.7 seconds gap between the race leader and Lewis Hamilton. DRS detection has been inactive at first DRS detection zone. Manual operation is permitted. So automatic operation has been disabled and drivers has to do it manually in DRS activation zone 1. That's a technical glitch which has happened on the track. In the meantime, Marcus Ericsson goes and takes a longer route. He goes out at the exit, not managed to turn the car in time. Just went down to the escape route. Marcus Ericsson. He was on soft tires and he's simply spoiling the life of these tires. Not a good one from Marcus Ericsson. In the meantime, Sebastian Vettel comfortably leading Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and the fastest lap also by Lewis Hamilton this time. Let's hear some team radios. What Kimi Räikkönen has to say.
So Kimi, the DRS activation will be manual everywhere, You can use it only when I tell you. Only when I tell you.
So Kimi Räikkönen engineer telling him the DRS activation is manual on the whole circuit, so engineers has to instruct their drivers for this DRS activation. Lewis Hamilton. Finding good grip on the tires, Lewis Hamilton. Another one from Lewis.
Okay, copy.
Stoffel Van Dam.
Okay, copy.
Sebastian Vettel.
Lap 19 completed. Hamilton 4.4 behind. Very good lap.
Just giving information. Looks good for Sebastian Vettel. So we have green flag on the track and lap 21 is on of 51. So Lance Stroll has been overtaken by Sergio Perez of Force India. In the meantime, Sebastian Vettel leading the race comfortably. Hamilton is definitely finding faster now. He is picking up time on Sebastian Vettel. We are on lap 21 already. 3.9 second gap between race leader and Lewis Hamilton here. Kimi Räikkönen has gone to 6th position after overtaking Charles Leclerc, and he's 5 seconds behind Daniel Ricciardo. Lewis Hamilton makes a big lockup. And manages to scrape through. So whatever time advantage he had, he lost it. As Lewis Hamilton, race engineers getting the strategy ready for him. He still is the fastest, 1 minute 46.120. But after that bit of lockup, a great lockup, I would say, he finds himself 8 seconds behind. And Lewis Hamilton has been told to come in pits this time around for a pit stop, have a fresher tire and try to make undercut on Sebastian Vettel, which I'm sure Ferrari will be very, very visual and be ready for this undercut. As they get ready, all the pit crew is coming out for Lewis Hamilton. It will be amazing to see what happens in case the safety car comes in this period. Lewis Hamilton has been lucky, very unlucky in these periods in Australia. So as of now, he comes to the pits, has soft tires, yellow sidewalls, goes on the car, no problems whatsoever. And he comes out at the entrance, at the exit of the pit lane. So he comes out comfortably ahead of Max Verstappen car. So he's P3. It is very surprising that Red Bull is not having the pace which all were expecting at the start of this race. And now Lewis Hamilton should be flying as he has fresher set of tires. In the meantime, one of the Renault take a lunge on Fernando Alonso. Carlos Sainz makes an overtaking move, stick, and he's well ahead of Fernando Alonso. Renault's stronger than McLaren in any which ways. Sebastian Vettel has already done 26 laps on these tires. He should also be looking around to make pit stop because it might become too late for him and he might get fall prey to the pit stop undercut. So Ferrari has to be very, very careful what they do with Sebastian Vettel now. They should not be losing out on the strategy with Sebastian Vettel. As Sebastian Vettel starts overtaking the back markers. In the meantime, Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel has a gap of 30.4 seconds. There is incident being investigated. Car number 11 overtaking before the safety car line. Interesting to see who is this car. It's car number 11, Sergio Perez. He is under investigation. And Lewis Hamilton now, he's being chased surprisingly by both the Red Bulls, which is very, very uncommon as Lewis Hamilton definitely has better tires on their car. But somehow, or probably he's warming up because once he gets a temperature on his car tires, he'll be very, very quick. However, as of now, he finds Max Verstappen on his tail. Saubers are getting ready for the pit stop. Charles Leclerc, and he comes to the pits. As Sebastian Vettel still opts for even longer stint on these tires. And that would be actually good if they can extend this to another 4 or 5 laps. Sebastian Vettel can latch on to faster tires, super soft tires. As Fernando Alonso overtakes Charles Leclerc as he was coming out of the pits after having a fresher set of tires. are on lap 27 of 51 of this Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel has completed 30 laps on this red sidewall tires, and this time around Daniel Ricciardo makes the move on Max Verstappen and keeps it sticking. No chance for Max Verstappen, but Max Verstappen is going side by side. Once again he puts the car and finds himself in front of Daniel Ricciardo once again. Very aggressive driving by Max Verstappen. Daniel Ricciardo once again. This is definitely racing on for both the cars of Red Bull. Daniel Ricciardo finds himself setting up the fastest lap. So Daniel Ricciardo can't find chance to overtake Max Verstappen. So Vettel is already on 10-second advantage. As Max Verstappen keeping the lead from his teammate Daniel Ricciardo. It'll be interesting to see how both the Red Bulls fare, because Kimi Räikkönen, who is behind them 11-second gap, doesn't need to make a pit stop, whereas both the Red Bulls will have to make a mandatory pit stop. are in lap 30 of 51 and we have Sebastian Vettel still leading the race. He's having a gap of 9.3 seconds between him and Bottas, but Ferrari has to be very, very careful now because only 21 laps to go. They can probably come for the pits, and rightly so. Sebastian Vettel decides to come to the pits and he should be having, but it's which tires he has come on. Surprisingly, he has come on white sidewall soft tires, which is a bit of a strange move. He could have done this move 10 laps back and he lost the time. So Sebastian Vettel now on soft tires for Ferrari, and let's see where does he join back. He'll join back in P2 ahead of Lewis Hamilton, however back of Valtteri Bottas. Remember, Valtteri Bottas has still to make a pit stop. Somehow Lewis Hamilton is not so quick after his pit stop, is not finding the purple patch on his tires. So now it will be interesting to see how Bottas reacts to this and when does he make his pit stop. Remember, both the Red Bulls also have to make a mandatory pit stop here. And the battle for fourth is on and on and on and on for both the teammates here.
What went wrong today, eh? Why do I feel like I linger? Linger between the words to say, eh? To say the words to remember. Now we're here to take control.
We are in lap 31 of 51 here.
Over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. Lose it all. Feel it in your arms. Feel it in your legs. Feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go. Just let your body go. Just let your body go. And move to the rhythm.
As lap 32 gets over, battle between both the Red Bulls are on and they are looking now to strategize when the both Red Bulls should stop. Should they split the strategy or get both the Red Bulls at the same time for the pit stop? In the meantime, Max Verstappen, even in these conditions, puts the fastest lap of the race. He's on super soft tires here.
Over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose
So
it
we
all.
look forward for
Lose it
an
all.
enthralling finish of this race as Lewis Hamilton
In your arms, feel it in your legs, feel
starts
it on
getting
your fingertips
to
and
pick up his
feel it
pace
in
too.
your head. Just let your
Verstappen is chased by Daniel Ricciardo once again. He's just 1.6 seconds ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. Bottas leading Azerbaijan Grand Prix by 12-second gap between him and Vettel. Remember, Bottas has to stop still. With two Red Bulls also need to make a mandatory pit stop.
wrong today, eh? Why do I feel like I linger? Linger between the words to say, eh? Say the words to remember.
As this time around, Daniel Ricciardo makes a bit of a lockout. But he finds him clear, no damage done. as both the Red Bulls still chasing each other. In the meantime, Kimi Räikkönen comes up on the team radio and says it's difficult to get these tires to warm up. And he's asking if there is anything he can get from the team, any instruction to keep the tires warm up. In the meantime, Lewis Hamilton seems to be in trouble as he complains on the radio, as he is having some query when he runs wide on the first corner of the track.
Quicker again, it's just cat and mouse at the front. It's been like this all the way through this. Oh, Hamilton's up! Hamilton goes!
Let's hear some team radios. Max Verstappen.
Very cool, so very good.
Yeah, we are losing a little bit of temperature, Max. So just keep up the pace for the moment. And a solid jump.
Sebastian Vettel.
And multi-B-Y, RB position A. Look at that. Multi-B-Y, RB position A. Not urgent.
Do I need it if I don't want it?
Let's switch back to action. Bottas is up with another fastest lap. He now has enough of a buffer to get back ahead of teammate Lewis Hamilton after his pit stop, as he puts up a faster lap of the race. In the meantime, Daniel Ricciardo, lap 35 of 51, he puts the fastest lap of the race. 1 minute 45.419. It's all of the race, he's not able to find a way past his teammate Max Verstappen. As this time around, he gets ever closer, gets the car side by side. And will he be able to stick the move? Yes, he does. Very aggressive, locks up the brakes. Looks, he has clinched the position as he makes a lock up, and he was very determined that this time around he's not going to leave any position for Max Verstappen. And Daniel Ricciardo goes P4. Finally, he's managed to come out in front of Max Verstappen. have 15 laps to go in this Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and Bottas is leading the race. Still has to make the pit stop. Sebastian Vettel is second. It looks to be comfortably ahead of Lewis Hamilton with 7.5 second gap. Even though Lewis Hamilton is having faster times than Sebastian Vettel, almost half a second faster. So he could be catching up Lewis Hamilton at the end of the race to Sebastian Vettel. However, the tires are freshened on Sebastian Vettel car, so he should be having an advantage. So looks like Ferrari is clearly the favorite to win this Grand Prix here. It will be interesting to see who will get the first pit stop preference in Red Bull, as Max Verstappen is talking to the team for getting a pit stop here. And here looks Daniel Ricciardo has gone first. Yes, so Daniel Ricciardo goes for the pit stop as he was the leading car. We look for a clean pit stop, and ultra soft tire goes on Daniel Ricciardo car. So they are going to be super quick, lightning quick now. It will be interesting to see how they deal with Valtteri Bottas, who still has to make a pit stop as he comes out in front of the McLaren Daniel Ricciardo. So Daniel Ricciardo is in 5th position as he picks up Stoffel Vandoorne under the blue flag. Now Valtteri Bottas he has still decided to keep himself out on the track. This is lap 38. Valtteri Bottas has extended 41 laps on these tires. And Valtteri Bottas putting fastest lap on this tire. 1 minute 45.149 of the race. As Red Bull gets ready for Max Verstappen this time around. Stops, clean pit stop, pin sidewall, ultra soft tire goes on the car. It will be interesting to see where is Ricciardo. As he comes out, Daniel Ricciardo comes, and it is Max Verstappen has an undercut. Max Verstappen is ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. He put a fastest lap on the previous, and he goes out in front of Daniel Ricciardo. So Daniel Ricciardo has to do the whole work once again. This fight is not getting over between the teammates. Now both of them have fresher tires. P4, P5, both the Red Bull came on. They're still ahead of Kimi Räikkönen, so Kimi Räikkönen definitely has no chance now. And they look to overtake one of these Mercedes cars. Most probably it is going to be Bottas. We'll see when the Bottas decides to have his pit stop. This time around, Daniel once again, side by side. Oh, and game over for both the Red Bulls. They collided. Game over. Teammates have collided. Daniel Ricciardo not happy about it. Max switching the position. Surely, if this is an error, it will be stupid on the part of Max Verstappen. Looks like he deliberately changed the positions, change of the move. This will be a disaster for Red Bull as both the cars are stranded. Daniel Ricciardo hitting the back of Max Verstappen. As he gets out, Max Verstappen is inside the pit and Valtteri Bottas finds it a chance under the safety car. And he could be the leader in this. Valtteri Bottas, as he comes slowly to the pits. It will be interesting to see if Valtteri Bottas is able to do it. And definitely here Max Verstappen has changed the position which he is not allowed to do in the racing. That makes this accident happen. Stewards will definitely look a great of interest. Max Verstappen was going left, then he goes right, and then he goes left, which was an error. And Daniel Ricciardo just hits in on the back of the car. And we see now all the cars are looking for pit stops. Definitely there will be a lot of talks going on in Red Bull garage now after they stupidly lost out both the cars. And this brings Alonso in the points. Fernando Alonso and Stoffel Vandoorne, they're also making the pit stops now. This definitely has changed the complex of the game as Sebastian Vettel in second position and now he doesn't have that advantage. In fact, he needs to overtake Valtteri Bottas to win this Grand Prix now. What a pit stop. Now it's a difference of fortunes. China, Sebastian Vettel gained. Azerbaijan has lost out. So Bottas is ahead of Sebastian Vettel. So game on. Let's see what Ferrari can do now. Valtteri Bottas, who was unlucky in China, now he's got lucky. The fortunes change for Mercedes and Ferrari here. And Alonso finds himself in point scoring position. Courtesy Red Bull accident disaster. And now it will be all four top cars will be there for victory here. as all of them have fresher tire fitted, as Sebastian Vettel finds himself behind Valtteri Bottas. Now he has to fight back the position, Sebastian Vettel, from Valtteri Bottas, and we are going to see some enthralling race now, as it's all fair and square for top 4 cars. Anybody can find himself on the podium. Let's see what Ferrari can do. As we look forward for the restart of the race after Red Bull incident, and lap cars can now overtake as per the instructions of the race central. So Valtteri Bottas in front, Sebastian Vettel second, Lewis Hamilton third, Kimi Raikkonen fourth behind the safety car. Anybody has a chance to step on the top step of the podium here. Whoever shows the brave heart is going to win this race. As the lap cars are now overtaking, and we have a great race in front of us as Lewis Hamilton makes a bit of lockup ahead of Kimi Raikkonen. As lap cars are overtaking now, no overtaking allowed except the lapping cars. Force India Parades finds himself in 5th position, Roman Grosjean Haas in 6th, Carlos Sainz 7th, Charles Leclerc in 8th, good point scoring position for Sauber, Williams Lance Stroll 9th, Fernando Alonso in 10th position. What happened so far in this race? Red Bulls crash into each other, bringing out a second safety car. Sebastian Vettel had led for 41 laps. A lockup forced Lewis Hamilton to pit earlier than expected, but safety car could help Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas. Safety car also came out on first lap after clashes through the field. Fernando Alonso suffers puncture after being hit by Sergei Sirotkin. Alonso limps back without one of his tires but manages to get back on the circuit. He is currently 12th. Red Bull struggling with battery issues. Sirotkin, Esteban Ocon, Nico Hülkenberg, Max Verstappen, Daniel Ricciardo out of the race. So all drama once again here. And we already have a car in the barriers, Roman Grosjean. Looks like the safety car period is not getting over at all. Roman Grosjean is the next retirement here, behind the safety car. What a stupid move. He was warming up the tires. What happened to Roman Grosjean here? And he simply hits the wall. What the hell is that? Oh my god. That's crazy stuff. I must say, it's absolutely crazy from Roman Grosjean. Medical car has been deployed now. They need to clear all the debris over there. Remember, we are running short of laps also here. We are on lap 41 and the safety car is there. We have medical car also. We have only 7 laps to go for this race. Time is ticking by, surely and definitely. By heat of this, Kevin Magnussen finds himself in point scoring position now, as medical car is also there, but looks Roman Grosjean is fine. Very interesting what happened to Roman Grosjean. What did he do? He was just warming up the tires. Looks to be walking towards medical car, asking for a lift probably. That's the only thing he can do it now. We are on lap 45, 6 laps to go, still behind the safety car. Looks like we're going to have some great 5 or 6 laps of this race once the safety car comes in, as all will be driving crazy now to find a win here in Azerbaijan. Previous winner Daniel Ricciardo is already out, and we are going to have some new winner here, as Haas car is still struggling to get it out. Roman Grosjean is back in the pits as a passenger rather than a driver. So here Valtteri Bottas has a chance to win his first Grand Prix of the season ahead of his teammate Lewis Hamilton, and he has everything in his hand to lose now if he has to do one. Sebastian Vettel, leading for 41 laps of this race, finds himself in second position. Now he has to do some great driving to win this Grand Prix here. As we believe that this time around, safety cars should be coming out. We have already reached to lap 46. Looks like this should be the lap when all drivers will, but still the pickup truck is on the track, removing the car of Roman Grosjean. Should be out in this lap, so we should have at least 3 or 4 laps of the racing. Looks like Sergio Perez in Force India also will have a good top speed, so he should be challenging Kimi Raikkonen. There is every reason for this race to be coming to a climax now in last 4 laps, as everybody has a chance to shot on the podium. And let's see who comes out bravely fighting this position here. As the truck is going slowly, moving around on the roads of Baku. Stoffel Van Dorm is complaining about the tires here.
Linger between the words to say the words to remember. Now we're here to take control.
As safety car slowing down now and should be out in this lap. We're already on lap 47. All the cars are slipping and sliding behind the safety car. We are surely going to get few laps of the racing as Red Bull Grass starts packing their bags. Race control announces safety car in this lap. So encouraging news, we have 4 laps of racing. It's going to get started all over once again. Who will keep the nerves of steel here? Will win this Grand Prix. Bottas, Vettel, Hamilton, Raikkonen, Perez, all fancying their chances to win this Grand Prix here. Sebastian Vettel going closer and closer to Valtteri Bottas. Lewis Hamilton not far behind him. Kimi Raikkonen also closing. Top 4 cars closing to each other. Very tricky restart this is going to be. As turn 1 approaches, it will be a great race. And here, looks to be racing and Bottas has a very clean go ahead. He has already picked up a good gap between him and Sebastian Vettel. And here, Lewis Hamilton finds Sebastian Vettel on the verge of overtaking Sebastian Vettel. Gets 58 temperature in his tires. He manages to keep himself ahead. However, Kimi Raikkonen now on the Lewis Hamilton, he overtakes. Or somehow, he lost out. Sebastian Vettel makes a move, but he lost out to Ferrari also. He finds himself in 3rd, 4th position. Kimi Raikkonen is 3rd position. Lewis Hamilton 2nd. What a move by Sebastian Vettel. He lost out completely. He is in 4th position. Bottas is in 1st position. Lewis Hamilton 2nd. Kimi Raikkonen 3rd. Sebastian Vettel in 4th position. Tries to overtake. That was the only chance he thought he would have. And he makes the move, makes the late braking, but he's not able to take a turn over there. What a move by Sebastian Vettel. It was all great unless he saw no more road in front of him and he has to make a rescue maneuver and he finds himself in 4th position. He has to gather himself. 4 laps to go, 3 laps to go. He has to find the positions now. Kimi Raikkonen suddenly finds himself on podium position. Looks like Bottas is flying now. And there a disaster. Valtteri Bottas has a tire failure. He goes out of the race. How is that possible? Toto Wolff cannot imagine that. Cannot imagine that. He's saying what the hell is happening with the Mercedes car? Disaster for Mercedes. And there was a debris on the track which got out of Valtteri Bottas here. And Valtteri Bottas gets punctured. Sebastian Vettel once again in winning position here. He's P3. Bottas ever unlucky as he goes to the pits. Sergio Perez is now 3rd. He has overtaken Sebastian Vettel. Amazing. It's out. Over and out for Valtteri Bottas. Fernando Alonso moves to 7th position. What is happening here? Lewis Hamilton is going to register his first win of the season. Courtesy all the luck flowing in his pocket today. Raikkonen in second and Perez in third position for Force India. This will be the first podium finish for Force India, and he overtakes Sebastian Vettel. What a move that was! Suddenly, everything is happening in this race. He was on podium 2 years back, and he's back on podium here. Will Sebastian Vettel allow him? And there is yellow flag in sector 1. So no overtaking in sector 1. Fernando Alonso finds his chances on P6. Alonso is P6. So all to win for Ferrari, all to lose for Mercedes here. Van Doom finds him in point scoring position. He's P8. So all happening in Azerbaijan. Sebastian Vettel is in third position. He has to find a way past 1 lap remaining if he wants to stay in the podium. Bottas out. Sebastian Vettel in fourth position. Lewis Hamilton here will be race winner unless there is something great happens from Sebastian Vettel here. And with this, Sebastian Vettel will probably lose out the lead of driver championship also, because he's just 7 points ahead of Lewis Hamilton. That's the last lap of this Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel goes very close to Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez has to hold his nerves for this one final time. Remember, if he gets the DRS, there are all chances that Sebastian Vettel can overtake him on the last lap of the race, which they are on. Sebastian Vettel lining up his car to find the final position on the podium. Sergio Perez has to hold on in Force India car. Perez is fighting for the position. Let's see whether he can hold his nerve. Right behind Sergio Perez is Sebastian Vettel. It is quite possible for Sebastian Vettel to overtake him, but there is a gap of above 1 second here. He will surely get a chance in the start-finish straight, but he has to be close to Sebastian Vettel if he has to do this move. It's really close now. Sergio Perez looks to be winning. He has some gaps. Sebastian Vettel definitely has some problem. He's way behind Lewis Hamilton. There is he coming and winning Azerbaijan Grand Prix here. He's the winner. This is only the worst track on the calendar where he has not won, and today he registers his first win in Azerbaijan. Lewis Hamilton. He wins Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Comes home second is Kimi Raikkonen, and third is Sergio Perez for India. Sebastian Vettel lost out. Force India, ever happy team, they get the podium finish here. Vettel finishes 4th, Carlos Sainz 5th, Charles Leclerc 6th, Fernando Alonso 7th, 8th Lance Stroll, 9th Stoffel Van Doom, Brendan Hartley completes the 10th position, point scoring position. What a race this was. So with this, we come to an end to this live commentary session. Hope you enjoyed. We look forward to meet you in few weeks time in next race in Europe. That's the Spanish Grand Prix. Till then, goodbye, take care. Your host Naresh signing off from Autocars India.